Hello, this is Lisa Russick.
And Misty Lord.
With the podcast, we are all psychic. And today we have a very special guest, and her name is Asha. Asha, would you like to say hello?
Hi, my name is Asha Poindexter, a fellow reader.
She is a fellow reader, and we have a question for you right away, Asha, and I'd love to ask you. Do you think we're all psychic?
Psychic for a well-rounded word, but gifted is more like it.
That what you feel it is? Gifted is the word
Yes.
you like. So you think we're all gifted?
Yes.
Okay, so what brought you to that conclusion?
Just my own experiences with, moments of realization and just kind of finding my way in this realm. So it's kind of like, it's something we all have it. It's just, do we take the time to pursue it?
Yes,
So
I agree with that.
that's where I get gifted from, because we all have that natural, intuition and instincts and gut feelings. But do we take time to listen to it? If we did, it might be a different outcome, versus the other.
Yeah, if we really separate our fears and our love, and figure out what's what, we can act with love instead of fear. So,
Right.
Listeners and watchers, Misty and Asha were in my first tarot class that I ever taught up at the shop in Hartselle that I used to work at many years ago when we first started doing recordings with Misty. And that's how I met both of them and got to know you both better, was in that tarot class. And we've stayed friends ever since. And I just had this insight. Now, Asha's mother likes to get readings. So I've been giving her readings a lot. And I kind of figured out that maybe Asha's mom has been getting readings so that Asha and I would start to be more friendly with each other. Because she's very psychic. She could tell we liked each other and we got along really well, but we're both kind of shy about making friends, or it's hard for us. Or it's hard for me to take the first steps, and stuff like that to get to know someone. And I think that's what she's been doing.
Yeah.
She's good.
Mickey Mama.
When I get on the phone with you, I cannot hang up. We just and what's fun,
Okay.
listeners, is she geeks on the tarot like we do. Like she'll geek out on a card for like 5 minutes and just talk about it and go in there. And I can do that with her. We'll go in there, or Misty, you can do that too. And it's just like, I love that about you. Your imagination is just huge. So what was like when you were a kid, like, do you remember anything happening to you and when you were young that stood out to you? That could be a gifted experience or anything like that.
I would say first thing comes to mind is my dreams.
Yeah.
My dreams were pretty vivid as a child. I felt as though they were very meaningful. I was also seeing shadow people early.
Really?
Yes, early on.
Tell us about that.
The first time I saw, I guess, my shadow people, my brother passed away in 2004. And at the time I was in fourth grade, well, third grade going into fourth grade. And when he passed, we took pictures as weird as it might sound for some people do it, some people don't, taking pictures of the casket. And he was lying in it. And back then there wasn't really like digital. It was more so like Polaroids, and you got to get the film rolled out and all that. And I could see in his picture, I could see him looking over himself.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is so creepy, because the same thing happened to me.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. I got a picture of my brother. It wasn't in the casket, but it was with one of those cameras back in the 90s. And we shot a picture, and his shadow, like he was there in the picture.
Our brother passed away when she was younger. So he had already passed away.
I mean, it's very similar. That's why I had to say something. That's crazy.
Was he already passed away when you saw him in that picture, Misty?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's what I wasn't getting. That's what I was
How
like,
clear was it?
It was so weird. I've got the picture still, but it was half of him. It was
if you have that picture, Misty, send it to me.
Do.
Put it as the cover of the podcast. I'll put it on the cover.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was the first time
like
he showed up.
You'll have that picture forever. You'll never get rid of it. Right?
Yeah, you still have it, right? The picture? Or did you
it's probably in storage
Yeah.
Once we sold the house in
That's right.
Boston,
You had so much stuff you had to put. Yeah.
there's so many memories in storage. So I'm pretty sure we have it. It just has to be rummaged through. But there was also another picture that he showed up in. It was our first family trip since his passing, and where I saw his shadow, and it was kind of a little vivid too. But that was the perfect placement where he would have been in the group photo. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And that's a completely
Like
different camera. That's a completely different camera versus
and
just
you can't
little
explain
snapshot.
it, can you? Yeah.
Can't at all.
I tried to explain mine away, and there was no friggin' way. I even looked at the pictures that my mom had posted on the wall to see maybe if her reflection maybe had got nothing. It was impossible. You could not explain it.
That's crazy.
It was just there.
And this was a cruise ship camera, so completely different than
so
he's been caught on camera in two different types of.
He is with you.
Yes.
I know my brother's with me too. Lisa talks to him all the time. She gets advice from him.
He gives me good love advice.
He does, but she doesn't listen.
That is funny. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
But
so Asha, like, so when you were a kid, you did, like, what do you consider shadow people? Like, what do you think they are? Because nobody really has a consensus, I think, that what they are. Because some people think they're guides who come, but most people are afraid of them. Some people think they're guides not showing their form yet, and they're supposed to scare you as part of their job before you can not be afraid and then see their true form. You have to conquer that fear to see their true form, some people say. So lots of examples. Some people, they're like opposite of people or something.
I'll say I wasn't afraid, oddly enough.
Might have been a spirit guides that you're seeing.
So this was what I remember on my own. So the pictures, and when he passed, I also seen him. I was coming upstairs from school one day, and the living room is like right to the left from the stairs, and there's a couch that was catacornered facing the fireplace, and he was sitting there in his white suit that we buried him in.
Wow.
And I looked away and came back, and he was gone just that fast.
How'd you feel?
So, close.
Yeah.
Close, and a little bit of reassurance.
Yeah.
But now
reassurance is definitely.
Was it kind of one of those things where you glanced and you were like a double?
Yeah.
I've had that happen too. That's really weird.
It happens so fast because it's like in your peripheral.
Yes.
You
look at it and it's like, yeah. What happens with me with Morgana, 2 times have I seen her in my eyeballs, with my eyeballs after she passed away. Morgana's my cat, listeners, if you don't know. She's my spirit guide too, if you're new. A spirit guide of mine, old cat Morgana. She's the cover of the podcast, and she like I can't remember what I was going to say. What were we just talking about? I forgot what.
Oh, you've only seen her twice.
Seen her twice. Thank you. The first time I saw her, I was walking through she always used to sit in the bathtub. She was like sitting in there, and I walked through the bathroom one time, and I saw her sitting in the bathtub, just like. And she wasn't there. It was one of those double takes. I saw her and I looked again and she wasn't there. And another time was when I was in this really bad situation and I was like walking through downtown late at night trying to find a hotel. And as I walked in the hotel room, I saw her run by my feet into the hotel room, like this blur of orange. Her. No, I wasn't even thinking of her or anything. I was just like, thank God I found a hotel room. And then she'd been with me the whole time. That's kind of what it felt like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I think they do that to let us know that they're still around.
I mean, to see them with your eye.
When I saw that picture, it was just like, it was a game changer, though.
Yeah.
I mean, what a blessing it is, first of all, because not many of us get that blessing of a picture after our loved ones are gone. But we got that, and that is such a blessing, and I am so thankful that I got it.
Yeah.
Because I've got 2 as well, but the second one is more of like a mist kind of smoke, but I know it was him.
Yeah.
But the first one, it was definitely face, hair, everything, even the t-shirt, but it was just half of him.
Wow.
It was weird.
That's really weird.
Now you said it was kind of like, you said like cloudy kind of.
Yeah. Over him, it's like he had an aura around him.
Interesting.
Wow.
Like
Yeah,
he projected himself in there through like some kind of beam.
or
Yeah, he
something,
is.
right?
There's no telling.
There's no telling. Well, maybe someday we'll know.
Hmm.
Looking, people, keep hunting and down.
And he used to tip a rose off of in a vase. He'd tip that off every night until
In
my
your
mom
mom's room, yeah.
spoke, and she said she told him to quit doing it because she wanted that rose there, and then it stopped. And
Wow.
nobody was in that room. Nobody tipped it over.
Yeah.
That sounds like a similar experience. Mine was kind of more of like a blank kind of dream, if you will. And I
Yeah.
mean, it just kind of, you know, how you put on like white noises or something to go to sleep, and it's the same image, and it just kind of, you know, sticks with you the whole slumber.
Yeah.
I had dreamt of nothing but clouds and like clear blue sky.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what played in my mind the whole time I was asleep. But I just had a sense of comfort that it was my brother.
Yes, I had the same thing happen to me. It was like a dream, but it wasn't a dream. And there was
Yeah.
nothing but white all around us.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just pure white. And he came to me in the dream. And there was
Wow.
no speaking with our mouth. We could read each other's minds.
Mm-hmm. Telepathic
Yeah.
communication.
Is that
Wow.
how yours was?
Yeah. It's like I
Yeah.
could
Same
just
thing
sense
happened
it.
to me. Yeah.
I
Isn't
could
that
just sense
crazy?
it.
You know, my cousin Andrew came one time like that too in a dream, and I had forgotten about it until more recently. But he had the long brown hair, kind of scraggly. He's a musician, long nails, you know, and classical guitar a lot. And so he had to have the long nails on one hand. And he passed away when he was 21. And then he came to me. I talked about that before, but the dream that I had, I was in my aunt's house, his mother's house, and I was going down the stairs, and I knew when I got to the bottom of the stairs, Andrew was going to be there. That was my cousin's name, and he had already died. And in the dream, I knew he was dead. And I was so scared. I had so much fear going down those stairs. I didn't know what I was going to see, but I knew it was Andrew. And I didn't know what was going to happen. It was just like this overwhelming, terrifying fear. And I came down the stairs and went around the banister, and he's standing there, and he had brown hair, right? But he had this like kind of like a mullet, like a little cherub cut, like blonde hair with like straight bangs and like little and you know, and he's just smiling, and he's just like, hey. I felt all this love, and there was no talking, like you said. It was all in just like the love, and the communication was just not knowing. I just knew it was okay. He was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. That's the thing I got from it.
He was murdered, so I didn't know what was in the
See,
dream.
my brother committed suicide.
Yeah,
that was
hard.
very tragic. It was hard, you know, but he was letting us know he was okay too in the dream.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask him why. Why did you do that? That's what I would have asked, like myself, if he was next to me at the time. I would have been like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that to us?" But in the dream, it was like he was telling me it didn't matter, and I could feel that, so I didn't have to ask him why. It was just
you understood.
I understood it was okay. No matter what happened, it was just okay. Everything was going to be fine. And he was
know, that's what most spirits do make us feel when they come through in mediumship readings or anything.
Right.
They want to make people smile and laugh and feel good about themselves. Happy. And remember them well, and not have regrets and sadness. And although I've had some spirits like, I want them a little sad. They can be a little sad for a little bit, not like really upset or anything. Don't ruin their lives, but little, you know, memorial stuff. I like that, you know.
Well, here's another cool thing that I want to tell you guys about. So that was my first experience that I remember for myself.
Yeah.
But I've also been told about myself too as a young child.
Whoa, who did that?
My father had told me, both my parents had reiterated the situation that happened. And I've always been an intuitive for what I've known. So I never met any of my grandparents on either side. My last grandparent living, she actually died September 18th of 93. And I was supposed to be born September 18th of 95. I came 2 weeks early.
Wow.
So I've always felt a connection with my grandmother on my mom's side. Now, my father's parents, they had already passed by the time he was 24. And the one thing about it was he said that he didn't see the joy in having children at the time because, what's the fun if your parents can't see? So that's kind of what his spiritual journey was with, accepting, loss and just going throughout life. And, my parents aren't here to enjoy it with me. And I did something that changed his mind.
What'd you do?
So he was calling me down to show me my lineage. It was a picture that he found of my grandparents in front of their home. And he's originally from Missouri. So this was like early 1900s picture. And he was trying to explain to me the concept of death. And I'm just like,
But how old are you?
I want to say still like the imaginary friend age. I'm forgetting exactly what age, but I was young, still playing with dolls,
about 7, 6, 5, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And I didn't understand what he was talking about. I'm like, what do you mean that they're dead? And he said, I looked at him with this confused look, like, and I said, I told him, I was like, I was just upstairs playing with them. And I'm like, whoa. And his face was like, hold on, let me get your mother.
What did your mom say to you? I'm really curious. You remember? I mean, so long ago.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember this, but I was told about it. And I was like, oh, okay. So that explains, of course, seeing my brother and seeing shadow people and things of that nature. So I just didn't understand what that was. So to go back to your question of like being in fear or our previous topic of just being in fear when we first see them.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was never afraid once I was able to remember and see them on my own in older age, because when I was a baby, or a young child, I was comfortable and they were already showing themselves to me and interacting. So
you never closed that door.
This is weird, Asha. And I may be putting you on the spot, but something's asking me to ask you, are you feeling some people around us, some ancestors around Misty or me? Because I feel like you're sensing spirits, but I'm not sure. I just feel like you are.
Not necessarily.
Not really.
I'm not gonna discredit that they're not there.
Oh, I don't know. I have all my shit up, my walls, and I'm not looking. I just feel like something. Like you're picking something up. Maybe I'm just crazy because of my devil horns and it's Halloween and it makes me crazy. Wait, this is a video podcast on Spotify, and we have little she's a bunny, and I'm a devil, and Misty is Cinco de Mayo.
Margarita.
The fear, I feel like the fear more so just comes from not knowing what to expect. But once you experience it, it's pretty normal.
It's like you realize how much has been happening, kind of.
Yeah, because then it's just like, oh wow, like that's what that meant back then, or you have like epiphanies or something. So definitely, like once you get through that first moment, it's a little bit easier. But for my experiences, I like you guys said, I never closed that door.
Yeah.
So, and usually, children are very close to that side because they're still new here and they're still trying to figure out how to navigate on Earth.
Yeah.
So
they haven't been told not to do that yet. Or that's not what everyone else does. But we do. But everyone does do it.
Your parents told you to open up about it. They believed you when you said that you were playing with the relatives. They didn't say, oh, that's just your imagination, or those are not real, or, they believed you. So that helps too, I think.
And I remember my dad saying, that was all the confirmation that he needed. And he felt completely better. Like, my parents are great. Like, that's all that he wanted, because that was his fear before he even got married and had children.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I don't want to have kids. And I'm just like, Dad, why would you tell me that? And he's just like, no, like, I want you. I love you. It
happened and it worked out great. Yeah,
exactly. And then that's when he told me about that story again. And I was like, wow. So I was able to provide that reassurance for him and pretty much communicating with the other side, and confirmed it for him. And he's just like, that was my biggest worry, that my parents didn't see you. And the whole time they did. They were always there.
Yep. Always. Isn't that the message?
That's just beautiful, Asha. I want to stop right there. And Misty, do you have any questions for Asha at this point? I mean, I'm just like,
Okay, so
I know Asha really well, so or not really well. I'm still learning
Oh
the
no,
degrees of
you
Asha.
got the right idea.
I like the idea I have so far. Missy, do
are
you
you
have any?
still seeing shadow people, or can you still communicate with them, or does it just happen when it happens?
Right now, I feel like I'm experiencing communication in numbers.
Really?
So
What's changed?
I'm sorry.
What's changed? Have you opened up more, you think, or?
Um, yeah, and just trying to be in the energy of receiving and not
Yeah.
being closed off. So I've been practicing that a lot. Just in general with life, being open to receiving, your
I've been
blessing.
trying that too.
Yeah, instead of being in your own way with certain things.
Yes.
So I feel like the numbers have been a thing. They've always been a thing. Honestly, I still see shadow people, and it's kind of like almost like black, just like shadows going by, and it's just like a split second, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, whoa. So I know
You
something's
don't have
there.
any idea what they, no one knows what they are. No one really
No.
knows. Yeah, so interesting that you say that. And it seems like only some people see shadow people.
Mhm.
I've only seen them a couple times, but it's usually a spirit in disguise or not showing their true form. For me,
Right.
it's
I've never
that way.
seen.
But
I've
some
never
people see
seen.
shadow people who like stay with them and do things.
Hmm.
That's different kind of shadow people. Like
Right.
there's like a lot of
Yeah.
shadows.
So with not knowing, I usually just pray out loud. It's like if
Yeah,
you're not
Amen.
here to serve
yeah.
me in any positive spiritual way,
Mm-hmm.
cast them
Yeah.
right on back.
You are safe.
Go.
You're
You
protected.
got to go.
Yep.
Great.
So
And
Good lesson right there.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is having faith that,
Mm-hmm.
something else or you yourself can take care of you.
yeah, because they're all around us all the
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
The bad
You see us
ones.
naked, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're interested in us wiping our butts.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
from what I understand. So, Asha, where can the listeners and watchers find anything out about you, or maybe get a reading from you, or something like
I
that?
have my Instagram page. It's called Her Ethereal Resonance. So they can find me on there. I'll definitely send you guys the link to post so
Okay.
it's clickable.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
put that in the description.
yes, so they can they can find me there. I also have price lists on there still listed. So
Oh, wonderful. Okay, great.
yeah, so they
And
get
I
the
do.
whole
She's a great reader, guys. She says that she has an Instagram that she hasn't used in a couple of years, but she's going to get motivated. All of a sudden, she's feeling this wild motivation swelling within her bunny ears, and
Mm-hmm.
their little bunny tails twist like fluffy.
twisting.
Mm-hmm.
She's twitching like back and
Hop
forth.
on over to you.
Listen, hop on over to the Instagram page.
That's right. Hop on over.
I know it's not Easter either. That would have been we're in kind of weird costumes for
We'll bring it back.
I guess I'm more the evil one. We'll bring it back, yeah. Easter Bunny at Halloween and Devils on Easter.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a group name off of this.
I
Good band name.
want to thank our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website, everclear.com, where you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And I'm an advisor on there under the name Lisa P. Yeah, we deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it, Gandalf. That's my cat. And lastly, Misty, can you think of any advice for Asha to give our listeners about what we've talked about? Because you seem to have a piece about what you've experienced, and a lot of people when they talk about when they were younger, it's not they didn't have that peace that you seem to have. Like you seem to have like this comfort that you're always safe.
Yes, I do
I think
find
that's
comfort
because
in
she walks in it. She walks in the light. She knows exactly where she stands. She's seen this all her life.
So how
she
can we
knows
find
good
that for
and bad.
ourselves? What's a good way to find that for yourself? Like the truth that you walk, maybe. I mean, it's a hard question, I know.
It's kind of, for me, it's just obviously something that just happened naturally. And I just never tapped out of it. And not to say that I haven't strayed away, but just becoming more spiritual and just paying attention to what's for you, what's not, and just listening to that gut feeling, because we don't, like I said, we all have it. We just don't listen to it all the time. So it's like when you get that back thought and it's like, okay, like I'm getting a little uneasy, or if maybe your stomach turns into knots all of a sudden and you don't know why, that's kind of like it's like a fight or flight instinct. It's like, do I go forward? It's like you can almost predict when something's going to happen. Almost like when you're driving and you know that driver that's on the right of you, that's up ahead, you know, with no blinker, you just sense their energy that they're just going to cut you off. So you just kind of back up. So it's like that for me. But when I strayed away and came back, that's when I met you, Lisa. And I'm like, well, what do I have to lose? I mean, like, I lost a parent, and I'm like, well, I always told my parents, I'm like, you know, not to talk like that. But, you know, when that time comes, I will find you. And that's what I kept up with.
Oh, I love that.
So beautiful. That's just so beautiful. I love that, Asha. Thank you so much. And that's the perfect place to end this podcast.
It is.
Thank you so much, Asha. I love you, Beth. And
thank you guys.
And Misty, of course, thank you as always.
Thank you, Lisa.
And
listeners.
And watchers. We love you. Yes. We love you like crazy.
You guys.
Everybody have a great time wherever you may be. Asha, again, Misty, again, thank you. Peace.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Dinner tomorrow. Ooh, I'll tell you about it. Have a great time, everybody. Peace out. Bye.
Bye. Bye.